welcome to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing system test 2 of my addressable fire system. So not that much has changed really, but I have now got a Synchro Focus Plus repeater, and that is in my workshop, so that's wired into the network on the main panel. And yeah, so there's now that in the workshop, so I can see all the events and silence and reset the system from in there now. So in today's video I'm going to be testing the manual call point in my room and the manual call point in the workshop, and I will also be testing the heat elements in both the sensor in here and the one in the workshop using a hairdryer. So yeah, first thing we're going to do is we shall test the call point in here. So yeah, so we'll actually put it in test mode for this. So quite simple, so you're going to test zones, and this is zone 1, so you want to put zone 1 into test. We want the sounders to be on, so we're going to go into that. Send events to network, we can leave that on no, so I'm pretty sure that is so that when you put the main panel in test mode, there's an option to have it show up on the repeater panel, but we don't need that, so just set that to no and start test mode. Yes, there we go, that's test mode now activated. So yeah, so we'll test the manual call point in here. So it is in test mode, so the sounders should silence themselves. So yeah, let's get started. There we have it. So that's the call point in here tested, and now I'm going to get a hairdryer and we'll test the heat sensor in the multi-sensor. Yep, so here we go. Okay, so that took absolutely ages to go into alarm, but there we are. So that's the heat element tested. So yeah, now we'll take out zone 1 from the test mode. So to do that, you do test zones, view and restore zones in test, and enter. Oh, straight back into alarm. That's where the heat sensor hasn't quite cooled down yet, so I'll just leave it like that, so that's silenced. And now we'll go into the workshop. I'll show you the repeater panel and we will test the call point and heat detector in there. Right, okay, so we're now in the workshop. Same as before, so we've still got the manual call point here. That's number 1, and this is the end of line. So the zone goes out to the call point and then to here. So that's on the zone monitor that's on top of the control panel in the house. So this is a conventional zone in here, same as before. So yeah, ESP multi-sensor, and then same as, so Roshni sounder and the LED beacon. So yep, same as it was before, but they've sort of moved around a bit, but they're both still there. And then yeah, now as I mentioned earlier, we've got a repeater panel. So here it is. The outer housing is actually from the Synchro View, whereas this is a Synchro Focus Plus panel, but it's the same size housing as the View, but yeah, so all it is just that. That's irrelevant because it's actually a Focus, but anyway, so yeah, I got this recently. It's quite nice actually. I'll show you the inside of it. So the actual network line that comes out here, and the same for the zone as well, is just 6-core alarm cables. There's a 6-core for this, and then there's a 6-core for the zone and sounder, but it isn't the right cabling. But where it is quite a long run, it's probably about 50 or 60 meters from here to the house, so it worked out a lot cheaper just to put this cable in, and yeah, so it works fine. And there we have it. So yeah, as you can see there, same size screen and all that as the main panel, and you get the same messages as well. So this is obviously from the multi-sensor, so see there, fire multi-sensor zone 1, address 1, loop 1, node 3. That's actually the main panel, but I need to change the node to 1. It was in a networked system and that was control panel 3, but I need to change the node address on the network card, but I can do that at a later date. I've also got these zone labels on there, so it all lines up with what sensor it is. So yeah, so without further ado, let's test the cool point in here, and then I've got the hairdryer as well, so we can test the heat element in the multi-sensor. So yeah, so I've got the enable key for the panel there, and also the cool point key. So we'll set the cool point off and reset it, and then we can silence the panel, and then we'll test the other one. So yeah, here we go. So it's a resettable element, so we can just push it. I've got my key, silence, and that would have also silenced the sounders in the house. And the nice thing is about these synchros is it shows you the events in order of when they happened. So you can see that the first event was in zone 1, and then obviously the cool point in here, so workshop fire zone, that's labelled up as, because that's on the zone monitor. As you can see, zone monitor zone 2, address 1, and that zone monitor is actually on its own loop, so that's utilising the other loop card in the panel. But yeah, so there we go, so that's done that, and I'll actually have to reset the cool point and reset the panel in order to test the sensor up there, because it's wired onto the same zone, so you have to reset the cool point first, or otherwise it won't work. So let's cool point reset, and should be able to reset the panel now. The heat sensor in my room might go into alarm again, hopefully not, but should be able to reset that now, and it should go back to normal. There we go, fire system normal. So it might well go into alarm again for the heat sensor, but we shall see. So yeah, so let's move on to the hairdryer test. Right, okay, so unfortunately my phone wasn't actually recording, but the sensor activated, and I've just silenced the control panel. So I'm going to leave it in alarm to wait for it to cool down, and then we can reset the control panel. So yeah, let's leave it a bit and I'll be back. Right, okay, so the sensor's had time to sort of air out now, so reset the panel, fire system normal, and that pretty much concludes it. So yeah, a little bit of a sort of mishmash of a video really, but I thought I'd film something new for the YouTube channel. So yeah, there's a lot of new videos lined up, stay tuned for those. Also planning doing 1 or 2 in 4K as well, so that should be quite cool. But yeah, for now though, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.